if you rent water purifiers to end customers, there's one thing you definitely know. You know very well that people hate feeling pressured and chased to sign rental contracts for your water dispensers, but there is a way to make them come to you spontaneously instead, without having to chase them. There is a way to get them to ask you for information, quotes, or a demo without having to chase or pressure them. And this method in English is called give until they ask, which in Italian means give until they ask you. And it's a strategy that works extremely well for those who rent out water dispensers to end customers in any sector, so HoReCa, offices, homes, private individuals, families, and so on. You see, most people who rent out water dispensers to end customers post content online like, do you want a quote? I'll give you a special price if you sign today. There's a special offer for just €9.90, and everything is included, and these kinds of offers. But every time you ask, you actually risk burning the trust of your potential customers who are online. Because in this way, the customer shuts down. They think that whatever you do is just because you want to sell them something at all costs. You want to get them to sign contracts no matter what. And you and your sales agents end up going home frustrated once again with yet another, I'll think about it from the customer, which you know very well actually means lost sales. Now imagine this. Instead, think about publishing, for example, a video where you explain how to choose a water purifier without getting scammed. You see, in this case, the potential customer online sees it as something useful because they save it, maybe even share it. And then maybe you publish another one with a simple test to do at home to find out if tap water is really healthy. And you publish yet another video with the story of one of your customers who stopped buying bottled water for good, so they save time, effort, and so on and so forth. You see, in this type of communication, there is no selling, but there is value because these are useful pieces of information that your potential customers can save and keep for themselves. And you know what happens at this point? The end customer starts following you, writes to you, asks where they can find or see your water dispensers, what your offerings are, asks if you do home installations, how much the model costs, how much the subscription costs, and so on and so forth. This strategy is based on a principle called the give-ask ratio, which is the balance between giving and asking. And do you know where, if you notice, platforms like television or, for example, Facebook have an average ratio of 3 or 4 free pieces of content for every advertisement? In fact, as I was saying, this technique actually comes from television, because have you ever noticed that on TV there are about 13 minutes of commercials for every 60 minutes of programming? This means that television focuses on entertaining and amusing you for about 60 minutes by showing you the movie or program, and then it shows you commercials asking you to buy, so to speak, for 13 minutes. So they also have this strategy in place. But you, with your water dispenser rental business, don't have television. You're not television. So you should maintain a different publishing ratio on your social channels or your website, which is usually 10, 20, or even 50 free pieces of content before asking for something related to your water dispensers or your offers. Why? Because the more you give, the more you grow. The more you give, the more people follow you. The more you give, the more they trust you. So in practice, how can you get more customers to ask you for information about your water dispensers through social media without paid advertising? You need to publish content that is useful to your audience, useful to those who follow you. This can be videos, posts, tips, real stories, any type of content. And when the customer writes to you privately via email, on Instagram or on WhatsApp, then you make your offer. So this is the technique. In public, you need to provide useful and valuable content. And in private, you should present your offers. Because in this way, first of all, you never come across as a pushy salesperson on social media. Customers feel respected. And when they buy, they do so enthusiastically because they don't have that suspicion that comes from a lack of trust. They already trust you. So most people think, yes, but I need to advertise in order to sell, to rent out my water dispensers. Of course. But the truth is that the more value you provide without asking for anything in return, the more people will start asking you for information about your water dispensers. It's a shift in mindset, and it's wonderful when this happens because you no longer have to convince any dong they're the ones who come looking for you. So they want to talk to you, they want your rental service, they want to know if you have a showroom, and so on and so forth. And the customer who comes to you like this is the best kind of customer because they don't haggle over the price, they're already convinced, they trust you, and even more importantly, they recommend you to friends, to family, to everyone they know. So instead of just making posts like dispenser offer for only €9 a month or request a quote or other horrors like that, try this. Make a video where you explain, for example, the 3 signs that show you if you need a water purifier. Then maybe make a post where you show how one of your clients eliminated the use of plastic, saved money on buying bottles, show them how the whole story went. And maybe, why not? You can even create free PDF files where you explain to your online audience how to choose the right system for their home, the right water purifier for their home, without spending more than necessary. So publish, share, offer, and wait. And you'll see that the request will come. It takes time, it takes patience. If you're looking for a shortcut, this isn't it. But this technique requires discipline, it requires consistency. So you don't need to become an influencer or someone famous. You just need to give, share useful information, be visible, and always be present on your social media in a well-structured way. And when the time comes, it will be the clients asking you how they can sign rental contracts for your water dispensers, not the other way around. If you find this video useful and want to discover more videos on this topic related to water dispensers, click the subscribe button below, hit the bell so you get notifications, and you can be sure not to miss any videos like this.